Now, if we're going to develop new services, it's very, very important to get the basic concepts right at the outset and to avoid this problem of one person telling another person that this is the idea, they embellish it or miss out a little bit and pass it on to the next one, so that by the time it gets to the end of the line, the last person completely misunderstands the real purpose of the project and therefore delivers a service which the originators of the idea didn't want. So it's really, really important to have a very simple objectives. In NRAC it was simply to empower patients to take control over their life. The NRAC was to be the proof of concept. In other words, NRAC was a embodiment of this idea of patient empowerment. We set out to delight our customers, and the way we did that is that every single time we had a patient come into clinic, we would ask ourselves, how can we delight this person? Involving your people in project design is really fundamental, because unless there is a culture of service excellence, it won't happen. So you really do need the notion of engagement to be more than just lip service, as it is in very many organisations. You have to have a very clear vision, and you have to have genuine ownership by the people involved, and we'll talk about how you can achieve that. And you have to have genuine surveys, and I don't mean getting people to fill in bits of paper. It's to ask people in such a way that they can tell you when things are right, and more importantly when things are going wrong. Now, there's a thing called customer intelligence. What that is getting the consumer engaged in defining the project, defining the end point. Not only does that get rid of this idea that doctor knows best, which is prevalent in healthcare. Patients and healthcare professionals are very often nervous about challenging the expert, the consultant, because it is perceived that they are all-knowing. But the reality is that consultants, however well trained, only understand the pathology and the treatments for it. They don't understand the important issues for patients in terms of what they would consider as a reasonable compromise. All these other issues that appear on the slide will be discussed in more detail in the text and the lecture that accompanies this. So the fundamental principle that I'd like you to take away with you is that whatever you do, ask yourself, what could I have done to make your experience better? And that would be both to a client and also to a colleague. Listen to their answer, consider how you could change things to improve, then make the change, and then ask again. Thank you.